Welcome to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. For today's video, I'm going to give you directly a tool that will help you improve your current problems when it comes to dopamine related addiction. I call it listing out dopamine, listing out, judging your dopamine sources. So all you have to do is get yourself a piece of paper. On the left hand side, write good, Good, and on the right hand side, write bad, Bad. And all you have to do is to just think back on the past 1 week of your actions. What kind of activity, what kind of actions have you taken that to you produce good dopamine? Now, it's not so much that there is a good or bad dopamine. It's more so what kind of dopamine were released that led to good outcomes or good actions, and what kind of dopamine were released that led to a bad outcome or a bad session of time wasting. I've already done this activity before doing this video, so I will share some of my own. When it comes to good dopamines, things that lead to your goal, things that you view as a good habit, there are things like working, things like filming this video for me, things like watching a sales training video, watching a video where I learn about how dopamine works. It includes socializing, meeting friends, singing, playing guitar, going to the gym, running, writing my to-do list and ticking off those checklists. Social gaming, where I play mobile games with a group of friends. I consider this a good source of dopamine. Having chocolate and drinking coffee. So these are some examples of good dopamine. Not so much that the dopamine is good. Once again, dopamine propels you towards an action. I want you to judge this action because everyone needs dopamine in our lives, but sometimes we don't have the clarity on what is actually fueling us. When we say that, oh, dopamine is bad, we are not very clear about the actual things in our lives that produces dopamine. Now, on the flip side of bad dopamine, these are some examples of what I have. Suggestive images, pornography, Netflix, watching Disney Plus on TV, in general, just being more passive. I wrote down social media. I wrote down highly edited YouTube videos where they just keep flashing every 5 seconds something new, something exciting that just spikes your dopamine. But is it really leading to a good outcome? To me, no. I'm not really learning something. I'm stimulated, but I'm going nowhere. There's Instagram, there is sweet drinks, and there is what I call solo gaming. Now, before I end this video, I'll just talk a little bit about why I think social gaming is, to me, good dopamine, while solo gaming to me is bad dopamine. In the strictest sense, I don't believe gaming is at all good for you. But what I have found is that if I restrict myself such that I can only game when I am with my friends, if I can only game when I am, let's say, playing a board game with friends, then at least there is a social component to it, which is very rewarding, very fulfilling. Assuming that your friends go through life with you and reduce the stresses of life, and you laugh together, you enjoy each other's company. When you're just starting out, don't be a perfectionist. Be okay allowing some enjoyable sources of dopamine. Singing, playing music, attending exercise classes, going for martial arts, all these are good dopamine. And I want you to do this exercise, write these things down, and start using it as a menu of dopamine options that you can partake, that you can enjoy. And keep on adding and subtracting and calibrating to this list of dopamine activities, because all of them being dopaminergic activities are to some degree stimulating. And what you want to do is not just say, I'm going to not give myself bad dopamine, but rather find and think of good dopamine sources that can really excite you, that you have judged as good, and start taking those actions. Now, this will be very helpful mainly because of awareness. I think a lot of us, being bombarded by so much stimulation everywhere, sometimes do not even know, or we are not even conscious of where the source of our dopamine comes from. So do yourself a favor, write down this list of good dopamines, this list of bad dopamines, and start having the awareness, which is the first step to changing your life and having a healthier brain. Now, if you are interested to find out in a more structured manner how you can apply these good dopamines into your life, click on the description link below where you can find my Patreon. Have a look if you're interested. I thank you for your support. Now, I hope you can like this video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again.